Hey, hello, my name is Guillaume Reffet. I'm pre-sale engineer at UBIqube. Today I'm gonna to show you how we can do SDN NFV service orchestration using the UBIqube MSActivator. This demo is an agile, dynamic and self-care approach to manage security services. Before to start the demo, let me give you some benefits of using our solution. We can leverage SDN NFV to reduce the time to onboard customer. We can reduce the complexity and streamline change management. We can provide on-demand services up to self-care in a multi-tenancy environment. Regarding the demo, I have an OpenStack server with the first VNF already deployed on this OpenStack. This VNF is managed by the UBIqube MSActivator. I have a customer I can access to the laptop, and I have internet. So right now my customer doesn't have internet access. So we will create a new VNF to provide internet access. So I mean instantiate a new virtual machine and then configuring the service. In a second time, we will update some firewall policies to filter internet access. We will, for example, allow only the HTTPS traffic. So as I said, we will run this demo in 2 times. The first step will be to provide internet access, so create the VNF. It will take between 5 to 7 minutes. And the second step is to activate firewall policies across the network. It will take between 3 and 5 minutes. So as you can see, in around 10 minutes, we are able to deploy and configure a new VNF. So now let me switch to the demo. First, I can connect on the laptop and try to reach espn.go.com. As the VNF is not yet deployed, we are not able to reach the website. So now let me switch to the UBIqube MSActivator to configure the new VNF. So I can access to the MSActivator using API or using the web portal. So I can connect using my login. The platform is multi-tenant, so I have several customers. As I am connected with a customer account, I'm directly automatically redirect to my customer. This portal is dedicated for this specific customer. The portal is composed of a set of widgets that I can easily move. I can add a new widget or remove one. I have, for example, one widget to manage the service orchestration, one to list all the devices and manage the configuration of this device, and some other for the monitoring, for example, the device availability, some KPIs, the status of my device. The UBIqube service orchestration is built on the top of the OBMF console. OBMF stands for Object-Based Management Framework. So this is an innovative concept at UBIqube to be able to deploy any service on any device, on any platform. Let me show you, for example, the OBMF console for my OpenStack server. So I can select my OpenStack and then access to the service management. So in this pop-up, I have on the left a panel with a set of objects. All these objects are stored in a central place called the repository, so I can reuse the same object for several OpenStack servers. An object is composed of 5 methods: create, read, update, delete, and import. So thanks to these 5 methods, if I keep the example of my instances object, by clicking on instances, I will call the import method. That means the MSActivator will connect on the OpenStack server and import all the instances already deployed on my OpenStack server. Thanks to the create method, I can easily create a new instance on my OpenStack server. And of course, I can select one instance and I can, for example, remove it or edit it. So let me close it and focus on the service orchestration. So I can maximize it. So I can select a workflow. So let me select, for example, PA create VNF. Of course, all this workflow can be customized and you can create your own workflow. So for each workflow, I have a set of parameters that I need to run my service. To access to these parameters, I can click on this icon. So regarding the creation of my new VNF, I can select an OpenStack server, of course, and if I scroll down, I can select a flavor, I can select a network, and I can give a name to my VM. And if I scroll down, then here I can set a set of parameters to create the VNF in the MSActivator. So for example, it will be PAVM OpenStack 001. So let me save it. And now let me run it. So I just have to click on the green button and the workflow is launching. So the first step is to get an available floating IP address in the OpenStack server. So this step is done. So the second step is to create a new VNF on my OpenStack server. So the next step was to disable port security on traffic ports and then to add into the MSActivator a new device to manage this VNF. The workflow is not done. As you can see, in 5 minutes I have deployed a new VNF in my network. Let me close the pop-up. So as you can see in my device management, I have a new VM, PA VM OpenStack 00. Let me open quickly the OBMF console for my OpenStack server. So as you can see in my instances object, I have a new instance PA VM demo that has been created by the workflow. So let me close it and let me open the same console for my VNF. As you can see, this is exactly the same console, but in my left panel I have different objects because I want to manage different services. I have, for example, one object to manage policies, one object to manage URL filtering profile. So if I click on policies, I can list all the policies already configured on my VNF, and if I click on URL filtering, I can list all the URL filtering already configured. I don't have any URL filtering configured right now. So let me close my OBMF console. And now let me go back to my customer laptop. And now let me try to refresh again my favorite website. As you can see, I'm able to reach espn.go.com. So now let me go back to my MSActivator to run the second step of the demo. So what I want to do is to push additional configuration in my VNF to filter the internet traffic. That means I want to allow only my HTTPS traffic. So let me again open my service orchestration widget. And here I can select a different. So I want to select URL filtering policy and I can list all the parameters. So this workflow allows me to configure the same firewall policy on two different devices. First device and second device. So let's keep 565 as the first device and let's put 503, that is the ID of the last VNF that I have created. I can keep games and sport as a category and the policy name will be policy ESPN. Let me save it. And now let me run my workflow. So the first step is to create the URL filtering policy on the two devices. The second step is to create a profile group on the two devices. And the last step is to create my firewall policy. Yeah, it's done. And as you can see, in 6 minutes, my workflow had created a URL filtering, a profile group, and a firewall policy on two different devices. So let me close the pop-up. And now let me open again the OBMF console for my VNF. So as you can see, if I select my policies object, I can see a new policy called policy ESPN that will deny HTTP traffic. If I select URL filtering profile, I can see a new profile called policy ESPN that will block sports and games. I use the service workflow to configure the same service on two different devices. But of course, if I want to configure the service only in one device, I can do that directly from my OBMF console. As example, if I select my policy ESPN, I can easily edit this URL filtering by clicking on edit button, and then I can, for example, edit the description or add. If I want to create a new one, I just have to click on the plus button. Let me cancel it. Okay, and let me close it. So now let me go back to my customer laptop. Let me open a new tab and try to reach again the favorite website. And as you can see, I am not able to get my website. Okay, let me open a new tab and try with Google News. That is a HTTPS traffic. Okay, it works. So I'm able to get HTTPS traffic, but not the HTTP traffic. So that's all for the demo. So I hope you have appreciated to see how it is easily and quickly to deploy a new VNF using the UBIqube MSActivator. Thanks for watching this video. Bye.